and I am here. Hold on one second. Let me share my video out. Okay, I'm back. Let me see what's going on. Oh, this. Uh, so it's no, so right. Okay, hey, let's see. Oh, wow. It's clean. All right. Hey fam, it's your girl Miss Eva Trucker. I am here in York, PA. Okay, and I love it. I love York, PA. I had to deliver a load up here. I'm on my way home, so I'm a little hoarse because my allergies. I don't know what happened, but I think I was in Illinois, and my allergies just I just started having an allergy attack. So I've been taking allergy medicine so I can feel better. But I was just sneezing. I was just, oh my God, it was just really bad. But we're taking the medicine. I'm doing a little bit better. Yesterday I couldn't even talk, okay? But now I'm doing a little bit better. I am up here, and let's talk about, hey Flatbear J. Oh, I'm out of breath. It's so hot. Guys, it was 107 degrees in Chicago yesterday, or day before yesterday. It was 107 degrees, okay? Let's go over my week. I'm finishing up my week. I pick up a load today, headed to Georgia. So within the 7 days, we do like seven. I think we did like about, let me see, 4... 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm kind of confused because I just been going, okay? So I really don't know how many. I think we did like about 7, 8 loads a piece. But I've been running. I've been running, like, really. I started off when I came back out with my last video. I went to Ohio. Then I went from Ohio up to hey Trey, from Ohio up to Illinois over to PA, and now PA over to Atlanta. Okay, so let me tell you about Power Only. Y'all know I do Power Only. I don't carry anybody else's trailer, under my own authority, right? And the reason why I love it, like for instance, right now, I don't have a trailer. Okay, so once I get finished with the company's trailer, I drop it. You still doing Power Only? Yes, indeed. That's all I'm gonna do. That's what the company is going to be based on, like Power Only. If I need, like, if I get a contract and I need to do trailers or whatever, I can get it at that time. But right now, are you running the spot market? No, I am contracted on with a couple of people. JB Hunt as one of them. I did Prime. I did USA Trucks. But I contract on with these mega carriers, and I do Power Only that way. Now, Power Only is different between Power Only on a low board, okay? Now, when you do Power Only on a low board, the rates are going to be really, really low, okay? If you see JB Hunt on the DAT low board or whatever the case may be, those rates are low. That is what they offer people after nobody else, like after they don't have the company drivers, the lease drivers, the contract, the carriers that are committed to their board. After that, they, put it out for everybody, okay? That's the brokerage side that is putting out those loads, okay? And they ask you to bid on them, okay? Most of the time, they're going to be a lot lower than what they actually pay. The difference between the Power Only private load board and the regular load board that you pick your Power Only on is that when you're contracted with JB, you're on a percentage. So I was grandfathered in under the 80%. So whatever it is USA. It was Trey. I haven't ran USA in a while because when the rates start dropping, like just like everybody else, their rates dropped too. Okay, and they had some really, really good loads, especially like in the mid east, midwest, or whatever the case may be. And you could keep it moving, and they had dropping hooks, right? But the last time I've been on a board, it just went down, and they made a lot of changes to it. I think now they don't want people picking their own loads. They're like, you're having like a dispatcher or coordinator or whatever the case may be, and that's a big turnoff to me. That's why I don't talk about the private load boards and as a carrier, because you really need to know what you're doing to run those load boards, right? Because if you mess up and you don't know what you're doing, then they're going to appoint somebody to do it for you. So I don't want, people coming and they don't know how to run. So, but over here at JB Hunt, the power only, I don't have any issues. Like, I pick my own loads. I have a coordinator, and what the coordinator does is all they do is they send me where an empty trailer may be. Okay. But I know these areas so much, like it doesn't take much to figure out what the distribution centers are around here. And all I do is go to the next distribution center and get a trailer. So I try not to interact with others unless I need it, right? So, but it works out fine for me and what we're doing, and we make the income and the revenue that we need to make a week, right? Is it the way it was like when I first started? No, not at all. But it's obtainable, it's survivable for right now, until I decide to do something else. So right now, I recently bid on a auto parts contract that is getting ready to start soon. And this loads are going, they're short miles, but they're round trip. And they go from like Georgia to Mississippi round trip. And they want somebody that can take like 19 loads a week. And it's dedicated, and you got to be committed to them for 6 months, and it's a drop and hook. So what I do is, because I am a carrier, I get a lot of offers that come through the email letting me know what kind of contracts that they have coming up, and they ask, do you want to bid on these contracts, right? So not a lot of times I'm able to take all these contracts that are offered or to bid on. So what I do is I post them in our carrier broker only group, okay? And the only way that you'll see that is if you are a carrier yourself, broker yourself. Those loads are not in there for dispatchers or for anybody else that does not have their own authority, right? Because you can't bid on them. So anything that I get that comes through, I always post to the women-owned carriers and brokers, okay? And I show the, like right now they have a lot of Amazon that they pay like anywhere from $80 to $100 an hour just to move trailers. So if you got like a day cab, or you live in Georgia, or whatever the case may be, you can go up there for a 10-hour shift and make $800 easily, okay? And it's like, you got to go right then. How to trade? If you got your authority, just go to the women-owned brokers and carriers and brokers, and put your MC number in there. I check your MC to make sure you are authorized, and then I just let you in the group. It's nothing that you have to pay for. It's just networking, because other brokers may get contracts, other carriers may get contracts that somebody in Georgia might can do, right? So, but that's what it is, and I post in there, and I ask that people share information as well. So if you got, or if you have offers of a contract or bids that's coming up, then, and you can't do it, put it in the group. So that maybe somebody else who have 5 trucks, 10 trucks, or whatever the case may be can bid on those contracts. So this contract is 830 miles round trip. It is a dry van. So they want to do drop and hook. So you're gonna have a trailer at that location and a trailer where you picking up, and you just alternate the trailers. So I decide what it is that I need that I would need to have a trailer. I put in my cost, my fuel, and all that kind of stuff, and then I give them a rate at that, right? So then they'll come back and tell you if you won the bid or if you didn't. Or if they don't respond, that means that you didn't get the bid, right? But they'll contact you, call you, negotiate with you, or whatever the case may be. It's really that simple. The more trucks that you have, the better you're able to get the contracts, right? Because a lot of these contract loads require you to have multiple trucks, okay? So just because you only have one truck don't mean that you can't get a contract. It means that maybe you should network with other people that got 3, 5, 10 trucks, to get the contract, because we all got the same insurance, right? So if you got your authority, you at least have $1 million coverage. You got your cargo, and all you need to have is your interchange insurance, right? And you qualify just like anybody else. But if they're requiring 10 trucks, then you need to get with somebody that has 4 trucks. So for instance, if I got this contract, it requires 19 loads a week, right? Let's just say we're running Georgia to Alabama, 830 miles round trip, right? So that means I'm going to, with one truck, I could probably only run that load maybe 4 times a week, right? So that means like I'll take 4 with one truck, 8 with 2 trucks, 12 with 3 trucks, right? So that means I'm at least have to have 2 more trucks to cover in case something happens to those other trucks, or something happens. I need 2 more trucks, right, to cover that contract of 19 loads a week, right? I only got 3. So what I'll do is, like, I can either lease on somebody, or I can make a agreement with the shipper that, hey, I got these 2 other trucks that's also going to be, I'm putting on this contract, and they're going to be running it too, okay, to cover the 19 loads, right? So that's how you do that. So maybe if you have 1 truck or 2 trucks or whatever, and the contract calls for 10 trucks or 20 trucks, if we're all networked together and we have a lot of people that have authorities in Georgia, then we'll put them together and we will bid on that contract so that all of us can run it, instead of, you not being able to have the opportunity because you have 1 truck, right? So that's what I basically do as far as putting those loads in there. Some of it can be prospect, where they're just out there, they really don't have the track, but, they're trying to test carriers to see, what's out there and what they will be charging. So, but at the end of the day, the carrier has to be able to run the load. Brokers can only get contracts if they have trucks, if they have carriers to run it, okay? Or carriers can get it directly. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. Rena, you in York. Hi, child, I'm about to go get me some crabs. I'm over here at the, I'm going to Burlington, Sweet Southern Trucking, checking in. What's going on, Timothy? But yeah, if y'all got your authority, this is what this channel is basically about. Either you're trying to get your authority or you have your authority, right? And it's about making sure that we do everything that we need to do to be compliant and also growing, okay? So now, if you got 3 to 5 trucks, how do you get more trucks? How do you grow? But no, man, I'm in York. I am loving it up here. I'm going to start getting me some loads up here in York, PA, because they really pay good. There was some loads coming out of Rock Island, Illinois. Oh my God, them loads pay like $4 a mile, going 600. I think it was going like 600 miles, and it was paying like over $3,000. And we're both up here at the same time, so that's like $6,000 in one day, right? So you do get, when you route yourself up to like the Midwest, like Chicago, Illinois, PA, over here, there's a lot of stuff that runs down that you can get that's really good, right? But I'm over here in York, and I don't know when the last time I've been over here, but I've been over like in this area, Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg, all these places. And it's kind of like, it's really truck friendly. Like, they got like York Galleria. I went over there. I was able to go. They got like a casino. Hollywood Casino is in York. They got like, I'm finna go to Burlington. Hold on. Let me see, babe. It's beneficial to leave your own authority running power only. Benefit? Yes, it is. Um, Bye bye trucker. It is. If you can get your own authority, okay, I do recommend that because you have so much more that you could do. A lot of people, like when you're an owner operator or you don't have your authority or you work for a company, right? They have a policy that you cannot drop their trailer. They want you to stay connected to that trailer, right? When you're a carrier, you don't have to be connected to that carrier, to that trailer, okay? I took my trailer over to the customer yesterday, dropped it, and I was gone. I was on my way. Y'all let me know when it's ready, and I'll come and get, the loaded trailer. So my load won't be ready until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So in the meantime, I can go get my nails done, right? I need to go get my nails done. I can get a pedicure. I'm going over here to Burlington. If y'all can see me now, I am. Let me show you where I'm parked. Hold on. Like, I'm over here in the shopping mall. Right? There's Burlington. There's a Walmart. There's everything. There's a crab place that opens at 12 o'clock. That opens at 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna go get me some. There is nothing better than having crabs from the Northeast, okay? There's nothing better than having crabs from the Northeast, okay? I love it. So I called this market and they got like crabs. So I'm gonna go over there after I leave here and go get some of that. But you just enjoy your life. You're not like bogged down to the truck at all. And you make your own way and you're not obligated to be with one company, you go where the money is. So you could go anywhere. You can go to Knight, you can pull for KLLM, you can pull for Snyder, you can pull for anybody that you want to, okay? But I do recommend that if you do that, do it as like a contract with them. Don't be on the load board just picking loads off the load board, okay? Each one of them had their own power only dedicated accounts that you could do. Which one you should get on, it depends on where you live and what's beneficial to you, right? I just like JB Hunt. Okay, and the reason why is I don't have any issues. I don't have any problems. Okay, I do what I need to do. I can run that board better than a lot of people. Okay, and I know where them loads are at. I know when they're coming out. I know where the trailer's at, and I know when to pick them. Like right now, it's the weekend. You're not going to pick no good power only loads on the weekend on the board. You wait. They come out like a certain day of the week. You wait till that. Pick all your loads. I get to pick them 3 at a time. I don't have to talk to anybody. And if there's anything that changes, like loads cancel or anything like that, you just adjust to what you got to do, right? But yes, if you can, get your own authority. Okay, get your own authority. How long with your own authority to haul for JB Hunt or other big carriers? A lot of them want you to have 90 days under your authority. Okay, before that they will accept you. I know Warner wants you to also have a safety inspection, right? So that DOT done inspected your company. So I think they like to have that. But you can do Ryder, you could do PepsiCo, you could do there's a lot of logistic companies. You could go straight to some third-party logistic companies, right? 3PLs, and get the freight directly, okay? But you have a lot of options, and the biggest the biggest cost with your authority is like your insurance. But if you break it down, your insurance is maybe $500 a week, okay? And that will take you as an owner operator that you're making maybe $3,000-$4,000 that you're bringing home under somebody else's authority, and to making anywhere between 8 and 10 with your own authority. So think of it this way, right? When you get into trucking, and you first start, if you're a lease driver and you're getting on like, let's just say $1 something a mile plus the fuel surcharge, right? You may gross, let's say $5,000, okay? And you take on anywhere between $15,000 to $2,000 as a lease driver, okay? That means that you don't lease your truck from the company. You got to keep that truck at a company, and you may be dispatched, you may not be dispatched, okay? So when I was leasing for like KLM and other places, my check was usually maybe about $1,500, $1,700. You know, if I did something spectacular, it may go up to 18, 2,000 at the most, okay? In order for your check to be over $2,000, you would have to train. Okay, so if you're training, then there you go. You can get up to like $3,000, $4,000 with a student on the truck, right? Now, then you got an owner operator that may have their own truck, right? But they're still leased onto a company, right? So what kind of money are you looking at with that? You're looking at anywhere between, if you are an owner operator, you own your truck is not obligated to that company, right? You can move that truck anywhere you want to, okay? Then you're looking at money anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000, okay? So rock with me for a minute. If you are a lease purchase driver, you're just getting in the industry, and you got that truck from the company, and you have to stay with that company, okay, until you pay that truck off, you're looking at anywhere between $1,500 to maybe $2,200 a week, okay? Now, if you own your truck and you are not obligated to that company, right, and you lease on to somebody, and you are percentage, and you may be able to pick your own loads, then you're looking at about maybe three to five, okay? Usually about $3,000 to $4,000 you could come home with leasing under somebody else, okay? Now, if you have your own authority and you have a trailer or not a trailer, or you're doing power only and you do contracts with people, then you're making anywhere between 8-10 gross, okay? And depend on what your expenses are. Like this week, our fuel charge for 2 trucks was $3,400, okay? So it wasn't that bad. That's what, about $1,600, $1,700 a piece for 2 trucks. So you got to take that away. And you got to take out your insurance. And other than that, you just have to be compliant. You know, you got to make sure that you do your IFTA every 3 months. You got to make sure you do your KYU. You got to have your pre-pass, and you got to do your ELD. And basically, that's it. So when you only have to maintain 1 truck, it's not that difficult. It can be a little bit difficult if you have multiple ones. But I have JJ Keller. So JJ Keller has like a fleet management. So whenever I hire a driver or put a truck on or whatever the case may be, I onboard that person, right? So I put all the information in, when their medical card is due, when their CDL expired, when the last time I did a drug test on them, okay? I track their ELDs, how they're running on that. All that kind of stuff you just put in the system, and when something comes up, then it will alert you and let you know, hey, this person needs to go take a physical. This person needs a drug test. This person needs this, right? So as long as you have like that system in place, then you're fine. Now, after you get your 1 truck and you got your own authority, I suggest that you run under that maybe a year or 2 before you start adding on, because you can really get your numbers down and know what you're generating as an income yourself before you start adding everybody else, right? So then after you do that, it's okay to add. But when you add, don't add like 5-10 trucks at one time, right? Add on a little bit at a time. So like right now, like I told y'all, when I added the other 2, I got 2 at one time. Now, if I didn't have the capital behind me to get these 2 trucks up and running, it would have been a struggle, okay? Because you're coming off a lot of money up front to get trucks on the road. Tags, registration, insurance, all that stuff costs money, right? So you really got to have a savings. And how you do that is, if you got a truck that's already paid off and you're running under your own authority, then you should be stacking. Trucks right now is like 40, 50,000, 60,000 at the most to get even on 2019, which is you can get one for under 500,000 miles, right? Go there, either pay cash for it if you want to, finance it if you want to. If you finance it, that's not a big deal because that truck is going to generate an income that you could pay that truck off within 6 months, a year, or whatever the case may be. But it will give you that leverage that you may need if you need a little bit longer time, right? Because it's not going, if your truck is making $10,000 a week, in 4 weeks or 3 weeks, that's $30,000. So you could really take that money and put and just and get that truck paid off. Okay. And then there you go. Then now you just run it and maintain it and keeping the maintenance on your truck. So after 3 trucks, you've been running good. You building your business credit because business credit is really important. Not only your business, but your personal credit as well. So those go hand in hand. Right? If you want deals with like no money down, you want to just walk in and sign, you got to make sure that your business and your personal match each other. Okay. So if that takes some time to do it while you are a lease driver at that company. Do it while you're paying off your truck at that company, okay? Do it under the umbrella of that company so when you get ready to step out on your own, you already got check, check, check. Business name, check. LLC, check. Tax ID number, check. Business bank account, check, okay? Establishing my business credit, check. Okay, I'm doing that with my fuel cards, you know, all these different things that you're doing that with, right? So when you go out there and make your first purchase, that's the hardest part of getting that first truck. But after you get that first one, after you done paid off your lease truck or whatever the case may be, it gets easier. So now I can go, now that I have 3, I can go to MHC or Freightliner or, you know, any place and say, hey, I want to lease trucks. Okay, I can have that responsibility given to my person that's leasing on. If they say, hey, I need $5,000 to get this truck, hey, if you want to come over here, I need $5,000 from you. I'll go get you a brand new truck or whatever the case may be, and you can run. Okay, and I use this example. A lot of people don't like Super Ego or whatever, but I understand a business model. Okay, Super Ego is a holding company, right? Super Ego is the brokerage, right? Like Rock Logistics is the brokerage, right? So what the brokerage does is goes out there and get loads from these shippers, right? And they give it to all the holding companies, right? So they get money everywhere. Okay, not only do they get money on the trailers, they get money on the drivers that come on to them because they're going to charge them $5,000 or whatever the case may be, or they're going to take it out their check, right? So they're really not coming out of pocket too much. Okay, they got to get your insurance, they gotta get your tags, so that's going to cost. Okay, that's a cost, so you got to assume some costs, right? But they got different holding companies, and each one of these holding companies, you know, have the trucks or they may have trailers or whatever the case may be. And I love the business model, even though people say that, you know, a lot of the owner operators or lease drivers or whatever it is that they have don't make a lot of money. They're making a lot of money, okay? As an owner, they're making a lot of money because they did it in a brilliant way. They established the brokerage, and then they got the holding companies, which are the trucking companies and the carriers. And then instead of buying a lot of their own trucks, they went out there and just got trucks from all these companies and had the drivers pay for them, right? And then what happens is 9 times out of 10, because they expect you not to pay for it. Okay, they really know that you're not going to be rocking with them that long to be paying for it. They don't care, okay? Because they're going to put somebody else in the truck right after you, okay? But a lot of times they're going to got a lot of money off that truck. They're going to give it to somebody else, release it out to somebody else, release it out to somebody else. Eventually that truck gets paid off. What it does, it stays with the company, right? It doesn't actually go anywhere because people are not paying off their trucks. The numbers show that a lot of lease drivers do not pay off their truck before that 5-year deal, especially if you get a new truck. Okay, especially if you get a new truck. The odds are stacked up so high against you that it's so easy to fail at doing that. Now, do some people actually pay it off? Yeah, some people do. Some people are lucky enough to be able to withstand, all of that and still be able. But I tell you how they're doing it. They're doing it by keeping their costs really low. They're not having mortgages. They ain't having child support payments. They ain't having big families that they got to take care of. They're big car notes or whatever the case may be. They're probably almost living in their truck just like I was for the first 2 years, 2, 3 years that I was leasing. I was living in my truck. I got around just like this, Bob Tiller, to everywhere that I needed to go. It wasn't nothing for me to ride to Walmart and go get in my truck, okay, because I didn't have a vehicle, right? But yes, my recommendation is, if you are business minded, and you have the business smarts to be able to know your numbers, know that if you do move up to that place of having your own authority, yes, it's greater. Okay, it's great. Every level is a little bit more. Every level is a little bit more. Then after you get your authority, get your brokerage. Okay, because now you're getting it directly from the shipper. Okay, down to the brokerage. And not only, if you don't have enough trucks to cover, right? If you only have 5 trucks, okay, so be it. I got my brokerage where I could pull multiple trucks in, right? Because I'm the negotiator. I'm the one that is going to hand it out to all these other people. Okay, so you not necessarily have to have trucks. You have access to it. You have access to other people that have their own authority. So I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Let me see. I hope I answered your question. Doug, good morning, Stephen. Lord continues to bless you. You come a long way. Thank you, Doug. Let's see. Do you have to move certain number of loads for JB Hunt? No, you don't. Do they have a grading system? Yes, they do. They recognize their carriers on a small level, medium level, and large level. Okay, so they have large carriers, medium carriers, and small carriers. Okay, and yes, if you track your loads and you're on time and you do what you're supposed to do and you're not having any failures, then you don't have to be charged a factoring cost. Okay, that will save you money. Okay, they do reward those that do what they need to do. Now, if you got 10 trucks, you don't have to put all 10 of your trucks on with JB. You can put 2 trucks with USA, 3 trucks with Prime. You can put 4 trucks at JB. You can put 1 truck at Knight. Okay, you can put them trucks wherever you want to. You don't have to don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Why? Because the reason you don't want to do that is because things switch up. Things change, right? So you got to be able to adapt to the change, right? So, if something happens over here at USA, you got to be able to say, okay, let me move it over here. Okay, let me go over here to Snyder. Let me go over. You got to be able to operate your business where it's best for you. Okay, so if you got 5 trucks, if you got 10 trucks, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't just say, I'm just going to run with JB and that's going to be it. No, don't do that. Now, if that's what's working for you, fine. And right now, that's what's working for me. I don't like the drama. I don't like people trying to run my business. I don't like people in my business, right? So, when you get to that place, and especially when you have people that work for a company and they're real disrespectful, and especially when you are your own carrier and they try to treat you like, you're a company driver that actually worked for them, then that's when it gets to be a problem, right? But where they don't talk to me like that. They don't treat me like that. They treat me as a business owner, and I respect them as well as they respect me. When they call, it's like, Miss Tamara. When I call them, I talk to them with respect. Okay, and and that goes a long way. That gives me the ability to be committed to the process, on a long term. Now, if something comes up that, I'm offered better contracts or whatever, it's business. They understand that. I understand that, right? I adapt to their changes. If I have to make a change, we just adapt in that way. But now it's just building. I had a vision last night and 30 came up. 30 is my number. 30 was my number. 30 trucks is my number. So, but my business strategy is basically not to be carrying around anybody else's trailers. Okay, I want to be able to, hey Tamara, I want to have that relationship with Snyder, with Prime, with KLLM, with Warner, with all these big mega companies. And if they pick up the phone and say, hey Tamara, I see that you're right there in York, PA. We got a trailer that's already loaded. Can you run that trailer down to whatever? I'd be like, sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's the business model that I'm trying to have. So when I add on drivers or trucks or whatever the case may be, I want these people to be able to run for everybody, anybody. I don't care who it is, Amazon, anybody. Okay, because I really feel like the future is going that way. They're already doing it. You know, you see JB Hunt running Amazon trailers. You see other companies running each other's trailers, and all we have to have really is trailer interchange. So you got you about $75,000 in trailer interchange. You can cover anybody's trailer. Okay, if that trailer gets damaged, you got $75,000. Okay, that you can that the insurance is all about insurance and whether that trailer is covered. Okay, you got 300,000 in cargo. Okay, the worst scenario that can happen is if you have a claim and it's over $300,000, then the contingent cargo, which is the broker's cargo, is going to kick in at that time. Okay, but if you're running for maybe like a mega carrier, they just, as long as you pay for anything to happen, because it's not like nothing's ever going to happen. You know, things happen. Some things are out of your control. You try to do the best that you can, and you recover from that and go with that. Understand that if you damage their equipment, if you damage their cargo, whatever the case may be, understand you're going to have to be responsible for it. So that's why you really need to, and I don't play around with these brokers that try to put claims on you for any and every little thing. That's why I like working with JB Hunt or like big carriers like that, because they're not throwing claims on you. Okay, if you're out here, something happened, and something happened on a trailer, the tire goes out, whatever the case may be, they're going to be calling somebody out there to fix their equipment. Okay, they're not going to be, you don't have to worry about that, and they're not going to be nitpicking you about, you know, I'm a ding you $500 for this, or I'm a ding you $300 for that. You know, they don't do that. You run the load. They don't ask where you at, what you doing, how you doing it. They expect you are a carrier. Okay, they expect when they give you something, they expect that you gonna do what you say you gonna do. Ain't nobody got time to be babysitting nobody. Let me see. How much is the, oh, okay, grading system now. How much is the interchange insurance? JB Hunt is real simple. JB Hunt is like $35,000. Okay, Prime, on the other hand, they are the highest in the trailer interchange because of their trailers. They got brand new reefer trailers, okay? A lot of them less than 3 years old. And, you know, when they had that hike over equipment, you know, where the trailers was just absolutely ridiculous, so they raised the insurance on that. So 75,000 is the highest that I've seen, and that's with Prime. They used to be 60, but they raised it to 75. It's about $100 difference in your insurance. It's not that big of a deal, okay? But make sure you cover it. How is the Texas market for JB Hunt Power? Texas has a lot of in Texas loads. So you can run Texas and really don't even have to come out of Texas. Texas is a medium market. It's not going to pay you high rates like Chicago and Indy and Ohio or PA is going to pay you. Texas is going to be anywhere between 2, maybe 3 a mile. Okay, it may be more than that if you're running short miles. Okay, the dead areas for Texas for JB Hunt is going to be San Antonio. There's not a lot of freight coming out of like Houston area, but if you're around in the Dallas area, you're going to be fine. Okay, if you right there in that Dallas, over there they got Mount Vernon. Okay, they got the loads over there. They're gonna have the Home Depots. They're gonna have the Wayfairs. They're gonna have all that. Okay, right over there. But if you go down to like San Antonio area, They don't have a lot coming out of Laredo like that. But if you stay around in the Dallas area, you should be fine, okay? When I go to Kansas, I love like Topeka, Kansas, over there in that area. There's a whole lot of, there's a Target, there's Walmarts, there's a whole lot of distribution centers over there, okay? I love that area over there. Ohio, okay? I love Ohio. PA, Chicago. I don't like going into the meat and the potatoes of Chicago, but that outskirts, when I'm talking about Romeoville, Morris, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Morris, the outskirts of Rockford, South Elgin, all that is good, okay? Florida, y'all know, if y'all have been in this game a long time, don't run it down there unless you got something running it back up. And if you running it down there, you're going to take a hit coming running it back up, okay? If you do go down to Florida, try to stay around in the Jacksonville area, because it's easy for you to get out of Jacksonville than to get out of somewhere like Miami unless you got a contract down there, okay? Yeah, as far as let's see, okay, Dope Law says trucking is obviously a passion of yours, and I love it. It's the hustle of it that I love about it. It's never a dull moment. You get to meet so many different people, and the business opportunities out here are just, if you put yourself out here networking with people, there's a lot of opportunities out here for you if you do the work. There's nobody's out here giving you nothing, okay? They're not out here just, hey, I'm gonna hook you up, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or whatever the case may be. You earn your money out here. You really do, okay? And the more you know, the more you learn, the better opportunity that you have, and the better revenue that you have. Like, you could take classes, I could teach you brokerage, I could teach you dispatching, I can teach you all that. But if you don't have that mentality of doing the work, it doesn't matter how much I charge you. I could do it for free. I could charge you $1,000. I'm still going to give you the same information. But if you're not going to take that information that somebody gives you and actually put it to use, what are we talking about? Right? I don't like having those conversations. Like, if you're not actually doing it, like if we have a conversation and you don't do what you say that you're going to do, we don't need to talk anymore. It's that point blank for me. I don't like repeating myself. What's the best ELD to use? Everybody, not everybody, but most people use Motive, which was Keep Trucking. Okay, everybody went to Keep Trucking because they were so good for owner operators. I don't know how they are now. They are Motive now. I never used Motive. I love JJ Keller, and the reason why I love JJ Keller is it's cost effective. Okay, not only that, it's educational. They have a lot of education behind the ELD. Like, they send me the compliance manuals. They do a lot of teaching. Like, if you ever went to CR England training classes, or if you ever been in CDL school with their training classes, most of the training videos or manuals or anything that they do is JJ Keller. Okay, those are JJ Keller videos that they have. Okay, so I really love it, and their fleet management system comes with the ELD, and it's just the cost. I mean, the cost is not that much, and I don't have that problem. I can use it on my phone, the ELD on my phone. I can get a tablet if I want to put a tablet in the truck, and it works the same just like anybody else. A lot of big mega companies, they like the Qualcomms, okay? PeopleNet, or whatever the case may be. But Qualcomm costs. That money is a cost. And I don't have 20, 30 trucks, so there's no need for me to have all that. I can get the same communication. I can send messages to my drivers if I need to through the ELD. I can do all that the Qualcomm could do for less money. Let me see. Loyal says, can you have your own authority if you have a SAP program? Yes. Your authority does not have anything to do with SAP. Okay, SAP is something that companies do to see who they're going to accept and who they don't. Okay, so if you have an issue with SAP, SAP is the clearinghouse. Okay, the drug clearinghouse. So when I'm a carrier and I hire drivers, JB Hunt doesn't tell me who to hire. Okay, Prime doesn't tell me who to hire. KLLM doesn't tell me who to hire. I hire who I want to because I'm responsible for that person. Okay, so you, as getting your authority, nobody's checking for that but your employer and your insurance. Okay, so depending on your insurance may be a little bit higher. Okay, but the carriers, not the carriers, but the trucking companies, the logistic companies, the brokers are not checking for your SAP. Okay, they don't check for that. I don't sign up with a broker and they say, let me run your drug and alcohol. Okay, they don't do that. That's only for a company. Like if you're working for a company, we have to have a driver profile on you. We have to do that in order for a company to run your SAP or see if you, or even drug test you. They don't even drug test you. Okay, JB Hunt don't send me to go get a drug test. Prime don't send me to go get a drug test. Okay, you are a carrier. You have your own authority. So no, there's no requirements for the SAP as far as having your own authority. Okay, now where that comes in is if you do have your own authority and you want to hire somebody that's in the SAP program or whatever, you have to follow those regulations in the SAP program to hire that driver. So if it says that that driver has to be tested once a week for the next 8 months or whatever the case may be, you have to follow those guidelines that the FMCSA has put out for the SAP program. Okay. Because there was a lot of SAP issues especially when all this CBD stuff and this hemp stuff came out and all that kind of stuff. And usually SAP used to be cut and dry. You know, it used to be like drugs and alcohol. Now people done got into the hemp and the CBD and all that kind of stuff. And they're thinking, you know, it's okay, and pop, and they test positive for whatever the case it is that they test positive for, and then they're going through those issues. But if you have your own authority, you don't go through that. Okay, they're not checking. No broker is checking for the drug and alcohol clearance. They're checking for your insurance, and they're checking to see if you are a licensed authorized carrier. Okay, if you are not, then you're not going to get the load. But they don't in order for them to check that, they have to send you a message saying that they're going to check your drug and alcohol. Like when I hire somebody, or owner operator or whoever, they get an email from me saying Lewis and Lewis Logistics is wanting to check your SAP record. Okay, and it's up to you to say yay or nay. Okay, you tell me nay, and it's a wrap. Okay, it ain't no use of me going any further with you. Let me see. How much money to save aside before? How much money to save aside before having your own authority, since it takes at least 3 months? By my sugar, I would say anywhere $10,000-15,000. Okay. Have about $10,000 to $15,000 saved aside to support you while you're going through that 3-month period. Now, you are going to find brokers that will accept you as soon as you get your authority, okay? Because they'll start reaching out to you. A lot of small brokers will accept you and try to lowball you because they know you just got your authority. So what better way to take advantage of a brand new carrier than to lowball them? Right? So, but you're going to go through that trial, and just try to develop your relationship with people that are going to do right by you. Okay? I'm going to put together a list of brokers. I thought I had a list of brokers, but I'll try to put together a list of brokers that you can sign up with that will take you right away. I know Landstar is one of them that you can sign up with that will take you right away. But please understand, once you get your authority, please don't think that, okay, I'm automatically going to get to the $3, $5, $10 mile of loads. Okay, it's just not going to happen like that for you. You are going to find people that will work with you, and you're going to find people that will not. Okay, but once you make that 3-month mark, stuff starts opening up. Once you make your 6-month mark, more things start opening up, because now you're showing that you're able to pay your insurance. You're showing that at 6 months, you're showing that you went through your initial FMCSA safety audit. You're showing that you probably had an inspection out here somewhere and you passed that. Okay, so at 6 months, the bigger companies are going to start opening up to you. Now, once you get a year under your belt, then they start to take you seriously, because there's so many people that go out of business within their first year of having a authority. Maybe they don't have the money for the insurance, they don't know how to run, whatever the case may be. Their authority becomes inactive. The best way you could do it is, if you find that this is not for you, make your authority inactive. Okay, don't get it revoked. You don't want a revoked on your authority. That means that you did not do the proper steps to make it inactive. You just lacked on the insurance and said the hell with it, and it automatically got revoked. Now you got to try to find more insurance to get you reactivated, and it shows a pattern: revoke, cancel, reactivated, revoke. Something going on, right? And people can see that. It's public record. Everybody can see it, right? You know, a lot of people, y'all, you look at that has authorities. You can run their MC number and look at their safety record, and you're like, golly, how in the world do you ever get a load? I'm surprised, because at a broker, I wouldn't even let chance you running my load with that many out of services. And you teaching a class and you got 3 out of services. You teaching a class and you got a fatality. You're teaching a class. The funny thing is, you're teaching a class and your safety rating is so high and out of control. I don't know who you're running for. I really don't. I don't know who in the world is booking you loads. Oh, my bad. That's why you teaching classes. Okay, I got it now. I get it. But yeah, you got to be on your P's and Q's out here. You can't lack, okay? Because if you get caught slipping, they will get you, okay? DOT does not play, and they will put you. And then when you're a small carrier and you only got 1 truck, it don't take much for you to be just, your rating is just through the roof, okay? Your rating is so validate these people that, you know, are charging you a lot of money, that say they have their own authority. Ask them, say, hey, what's your MC number? Look them up on FMCSA Safer, and if you see that their safety number is over the national average of what it should be, I don't really think you should be taking advice from them. You know? Let me see. How much money? Okay, I answered that. About $10,000, $15,000, you should be good. I was born in York. Some say you were born. I'm loving it up here, South in York, PA, because I'm able to move about how I want to. I didn't know that they had so many shippers and stuff up here. This is a good place. Brokers, if you're looking to get freight, look in York, PA. They got Amazon. They got a lot of places up here. Okay? And I can go shopping and get my nails done. Let me see. Chicago. Yeah, Chicago is going to be your place. Chicago is going to be your place to get freight. Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, you know, rocking that area. Okay? Whenever the freight goes up to, they have some good loads going to Las Vegas, but you're going to have to deadhead about 200 miles to get your behind out of Las Vegas. You're going to have to go to like maybe Arizona to get a load to come out of Las Vegas, but they're going to pay you good money to go in there, but you ain't coming out, and you better not spend none while you're in Vegas, okay? Because this is going to be a trip that it wasn't worth it. When they start doing them loads that are like six, seven, $10,000 to go to California, baby, we're gonna be trailing to California 3 trucks at a time going out there, okay? But right now it's not doing that, okay? It is not doing that right now. 99% is paperwork, 1%, yes. 99, if you good trade, if you good with paperwork, you ain't gonna have no problem, because that's what gets you hemmed up is that paperwork. Is that making sure your KYU, I mean, you miss a day on your KYU, that's $500. They ain't trying to hear about nothing. They don't try to hear about you was on the road. They don't try to hear about you ain't got the notice. They ain't gonna try to hear about that. Nothing. You one day late on your KYU, just go on and send them a check for $500. Because if you don't, they're gonna stop you right there in Kentucky at the way station, and they're gonna want their money on the spot. Okay. So they gonna want their money on the spot. Don't play with them. They ain't nothing to play with. And your KYU every 3 months is not gonna run you nothing but like $50. So why in the world would you not do your paperwork for your KYU? That's fine. That's $50 is the most. Your my IFTA, maybe, I don't know, it's gonna be more with 3 trucks, but hey, I mean 300, maybe 300 it will be for 3 months. But that paperwork is everything. That paperwork can get you hemmed up real quick. Let's see. Motive is great. I use it. Okay. Let's see. P say you can't make money. Shape, you said P say you can't make money. Can't make money where? I missed it. I don't know. It's over my head. Trucker 202, you still with JB Hunt, rocking with him all day, every day. Yes, I am. It works for me. It works for me. It may not work for everybody. It works for me. I run my trucks. I dispatch my trucks. I pick the loads. It works for me. I don't have anybody picking loads for me. Okay? I don't have my drivers running my truck. I run the truck. It's my business. So, yeah, it works for me. I'm good. Until something else better happens, you know? I mean, can I get something else? Can I do something else? Of course I can. No, but they just have made it so comfortable. I mean, it's not comfortable. They just have made it all right. It's okay. You know, we're struggling because it ain't, the money ain't like it was. But baby, it's better than picking off the low board. Let me see. Me too. I love York is the spot. You can't tell people that don't know. Don't argue with folks. Let me tell you something. When you got something going on that's doing good for you, and somebody else come along and say they ain't nothing, they ain't doing this, don't argue with folks. Okay? Number one, don't argue with people. Let people have whatever opinion that they want to have. Just like I have an opinion, everybody not gonna agree with me, right? Everybody not gonna agree with me. Okay? And it's fine. It doesn't have to, everything doesn't have to be a debate all the time. Okay? Well, we don't do all the same things. Right? We don't do everything the same. You run your business how you run your business. If it ain't working for you, then I would suggest you go somewhere that it works for you. Right? There's a lot of carriers at Snyder that they love it over there. Right? I don't know that system. I never learned their system. I don't know how they system. But there are people over there that know their system, that have great relationships with people, and they're able to run their business successfully, right? That's with everywhere you go. Okay? That's going to be at night. That's going to be at Prime. That's going to be everywhere. And you can do direct. You can do direct. You don't have to be bothered with nobody. You can go directly. Pick up the phone. Say, hey, this is such and such logistics. We are brokers and we are carriers. We have multiple trucks and we are ready to be able to pull your freight at any time. What do you need from me? Okay? You need the insurance? Fine. I'll email it over there in a minute. Okay? You need my route number and account number? Fine. Let's go. Okay? Everything is, when you at this type of level, we don't do the same thing. We all do different stuff. And however you run your business is however you run your business. So when someone says to me or anybody else, you don't make money that way, or you don't make money doing this, or you don't make money doing that, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. You can have it. We don't have to have a debate. All I ask is, if this is not something that you're interested in, about face and go somewhere that you are interested, or make money, because at the end of the day, that's all it's about. Do you negotiate lows with JB Hunt? No. JB Hunt is something like Landstar. Like with Landstar, right? When we were brokering with Landstar, the rate is what it is. I can't change the rate. Like if I get a load, right, that I negotiated with a shipper and I put it on the board at Landstar, it is what it is. There is no negotiation. The only negotiation that you can do is if you are an outside carrier. And if you see that load on the load board, then we negotiate. We negotiate with you, okay? But if you are a BCO and you are in the Landstar system, we don't negotiate with our own people. So I'm considered their people, okay? So since I'm their people, they don't negotiate with me. It is what it is. They're going to get the best rate that they possibly could get, and they know the market. So they know when to go up on their customers and when it's not paying. Okay, so when I see a load that is on the board, on the private load board, not the DAT load board, because a lot of people get confused. They don't know the private load board from the DAT load board. Okay, so when I'm picking it on the private load board and it says, $5 a mile, I automatically know 20% is theirs. I don't have an issue with that. They're going to get paid. Okay, brokers are going to get paid. They got to get paid. Okay, ain't nobody just sitting up here calling, making phone calls, negotiating rates, doing contracts so we don't get paid. Brokers are going to get paid. Now, once you understand that, then you got to figure out as a carrier what you need out the load to make it work for you. Okay, because if you're trying to figure out what the broker is taking, it's going to go downhill. Okay, if that broker cannot meet the qualifications of what it takes for you to move that freight, then guess what? You have to do business elsewhere. You have to do business elsewhere. Okay? When JB Hunt say, I'm going to dedicate 10 of my dedicated drivers to run your Amazon freight, but this is what we need, okay? To be able to do that. Amazon is going to say yay or nay. And if Amazon say, well, shoot, I need your drivers because y'all are one of the largest carriers out here, I'm going to need you to dedicate 25 drivers to carry my Amazon loads. They're going to work out a negotiation. Okay? Either JB Hunt is going to accept that or they're not. And if they don't, guess what? JB Hunt is going to go somewhere else. Can I just go where's the link? The link, you have to be signed up with JB Hunt private load board to get that link. They only give you that link after you run your first power only load for them. Okay, after you USA is you got to run 3 loads for them in order to get the private load board. JB Hunt, you got to run I think 1. They're going to give you a screenshot of what they have, okay? You pick something on there. After you run that first load and deliver it successfully, then they'll send you the link. They'll give you a login and password. You could go in there. And right now, through the week, they have like 1,000, about 900. About 800-900 loads a day. So we just pick and choose what we want. I go out 100 miles, right? And if I see 2 loads going one way, guess what? Miss Tamara got them. I don't have to call nobody to see if I got them. I don't have to know what. If it says book successfully, I got it. Send them to Snyder, Mercer, or Landstar. Go where it makes you money. I'm not trying to tell you that where I am is the best place for you, because it may not be. My bills are not your bills are not my bills. I don't know what you got going on in your situation. So if you don't think that, they don't pay, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to say you're right. I'm going to go along with you. I'm agree. Okay? I'm going to go along, get along. I'm agree. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm not trying to make somebody want to do what I do. I don't care. I really don't. I got enough going on. I got to make sure that this is running. I don't have to make sure anybody else's business is running, just mine. I love minding my business. Anybody minding their business this year? Miss Eva had to study a lot to get. Yeah. I'm not trying to compare. I'm not. Look, dope law. We 10 years in this. 10 years. We're not trying to convince nobody about nothing. Once you done made it 10 years in this industry, I don't have to convince you about anything. Nothing. I'm not trying to convince you about nothing. I want you to be happy and do what you want to do. And whatever it is, it's fine with me. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. You ain't going to never see me comment on your video, on your Instagram post, on your Facebook page and say, child, you ain't making no money. I don't even know why you over there. You ain't making no money over there. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. Never. Because it's not up to me about what you do. You know? Let me tell you something about 2023. And is it 2023? Or 2024? What year we in? Lord have mercy. Whatever year we in, let me tell you about it. Okay? And being 51 years old. When you at my age, you've been in this trucking game as long as I've been in it, right? Minding your business gives you peace. Listen to what I say. Minding my own business gives me peace. Staying out of other people's mess gives me peace, joy, and happiness. Not worrying about what other people got going on in their life makes my life better. Child, I can sleep good at night. I lease on the JB Hunt. They take 35% off the gross and charge $25 for private load board. If you don't mind, I can email you the link to you so you can compare. 35% by my trucker. You must have came in after they changed it from 80%. I didn't just get on JB Hunt load board. I've been on that load board for over 2 years. When I got on it, it was 80%. Okay? Now they are at 70%. Okay? Now, if you are leased on to them, you are right, Bye-Bye Trucker. You are right. They take 35% because you are leased on to them. You are so correct. I don't know what the $25 is that they charge you. They charge you $25 to use a private load board a month? Go ahead, JB. I heard that. Well, anyway, they get their money. Anywhere I don't get charged to use a load board. But yeah, you all right. At least at JB Hunt, they take 35%. Yes, you must be running under their authority. If you are running under their authority, they take 35%. And another thing is that I can't lease on to JB Hunt with multiple trucks because JB Hunt requires the owner to drive the trucks. They don't have where the owner can lease on multiple trucks to their thing. In order to have multiple trucks, you have to be a carrier. You cannot lease on. JB Hunt requires all their lease drivers to be owners of the truck. So I don't lease on. But no, I mean, you're right. Bye-Bye Trucker, you're right. They do take 35% off the gross because you are leased. You are under their authority. Okay, $25. I guess that's just a little something they threw in there. That's just a little something they threw in there. And she is unfinished Christian. No, sick of child. Let me tell you, that was the best thing though, Law. You know, sometimes you be in bad situations or bad relationships, and you want things to work so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like It's amazing to be able to drive with like your significant other or your spouse, or to build a business together with somebody that you love and care about, right? But you also got to remember that if it's not, if you're not happy, let me tell you something. I recommend, I don't care who you are, if you're not happy in your relationship and you're not being respected, and it doesn't, you don't feel good about yourself and the way things are going, go. You remember this, you only have one life to live. One. That's it. Don't live that life being miserable with somebody that don't like you and you don't like them. Don't waste your time arguing with people, stressing yourself out, wondering what they doing or what they ain't doing. You need somebody to be on the same accord with you. I pray for that. And I'm not ever afraid to leave a situation that no longer serves or benefits me in any kind of way. And you should never. Don't let anybody make you stay in a relationship, a situationship, or whatever the case it is, and it's not being beneficial to you at all. Walk away. And you may think that it may not get better, but it will eventually. It's not the easiest thing that you can do. You'll wonder about how I'm going to pay this, how I'm going to do this. I came this far. My biggest thing was like, darn, I came this far. All I want to do is be able to work together, be successful, own trust. But if you don't have somebody that is 100% on board with that, you wasting your time. You can't convince people to change if they don't want to. You can't. So you got to be able to go and find, sometimes you got to be by yourself for a minute, and realize what it is that you want and go after that. But whatever it is that makes you happy, do that. Do that. Don't sit up here and waste your life and be stuck on a truck with somebody you hate, you can't stand, you arguing, fussing, and fighting with somebody for what? Be gone. Let me tell you something, your life will be so much easier. Especially with somebody that you got to, make sure that they okay and all this kind of, no, make sure that you're okay. Yourself is what matters. That's it. You don't owe nothing to nobody else. You got to help yourself before you be able to be a good person to somebody else. And understand that you just have to be on the same accord and understand what it is. When I can sit on the phone and talk to somebody about business and how to do better and how what plans to have, and they like right on board with it, and how we gonna do this, and I take one step, you take two steps, and we just moving forward, and you eliminate the outside noise. Like people trying to tell you how to dictate your life and what to do with your life and who you should be with and who you shouldn't be with. Once you eliminate all that and focus on what you got going on, honey, things will never be the same. Never. And you will never ever tolerate that sort of disrespect ever again. Ever. But you got to take that first initial step and go and leave. Don't even think twice. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to know how you're going to make it. You don't have to know what you're going to do. Leave everything, because I tell you this, whatever you lose, you can gain that back again plus more. So don't be afraid to walk away. Never, ever be stuck in a relationship that makes you miserable. And you wake up in the morning and you can't stand that person. And all through the day you arguing, fussing, and fighting and going on over stupid stuff. Stupid stuff. Somebody don't want to be with you, let them go. Point blank period. Don't let nobody hold you hostage over your life. Be gone. Bye. See you later. And don't look back. Don't go back. Once you be done, be done. Don't talk to them. Don't entertain. Don't answer the phone. Don't do nothing. When you cut somebody off, cut them off completely. Don't go back to that. And you'll be smiling. How do you determine where to fuel? Bray, I fuel at the TA and the petrol. I have, if y'all don't know, I have the RXO card, okay, and I save anywhere between $300-400 a week on fuel. Okay, I get a pretty good discount, and I haven't found anything that is better than RXO fuel card. Okay, if there's something out there better than that, let me know. Okay, I had Axle before I had that, and that was a pure joke. It was a joke. With RXO fuel card, I actually see the money. I can save $100 and something every time I fuel, if I fuel at the right place. You know, up here it's higher, but I fuel when I'm in the lower states to help me get up here. When I get up here, I don't fuel all the way up. I fuel just enough to get me back in the lower parts, because the fuel is lower in the south than it is in the northeast. No, $25 is a different load board. No, $25 is I don't know what you got, Trucker 202. I don't know what's going on with the $25. Dad charges $180 a month. Good Lord. Good Lord. Just to give you loads? Just to show you loads? Child, y'all can go to Truck Smarter, and I think it's free. They got the same loads. Why is y'all paying Dad $180 a month just to put some loads together? Hmm? I know you're not doing that. Y'all, I know you're not paying $108 a month on no load board. Get out of here. JB Hunt has several load boards, so $25 give you access. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it now. I don't know. I only have access to one. I don't have a combined access load board. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe y'all can educate me, because I don't know what that is. All I know is the carrier load board, and I don't get charged for it. Let me see. To myself, it's better than JB Hunt Fuel does? No. Yes. I don't know what JB Hunt Fuel discounts is, because I've never had that card. But you may get a better discount if you are leased on to them. But as far as their fuel card is concerned, I don't think carriers get a huge discount like I do with RXO. Yep, this is my fuel card. That's my fuel card. I have like 7 of them. And it works everywhere. Let me see. RXO has a payment, y'all. Wow, yes, real. The power subscription. What you get with the power subscription, Trey? Do they give you your own private dispatchers? $180 to find a month? I don't know. I guess that's good. What's that? Broken down? As a broker, I would have to pay it to post my loads. That's a broker, and $180. That's what I would pay for a broker and a carrier on the DAT load board. I got rid of that about a year ago. Why are these companies not hiring Florida drivers? Because it's hard to get you down in Florida. It's hard to get you home. If you don't have a contract down there or shippers down there, it's very hard to get you home. Like I can run all the way around and never go to Florida. So it costs them a lot of money to get you home, and they may have to get a broker load to even get you out of there. And when you come off of your home time, and that load may only be paying 90 cents to get you out of Florida. So if they hire you out of Florida, they're gonna want you to run like 3-4 weeks before they get you home, because it's just too much. They just don't have the the shippers down in Florida to get you home. You got to take home time sometime, right? What time is it? But I'm finna go in here to Burlington. Truck Smarter does have a lot of reefer loads. I like Truck Smarter. You don't have to pay for their load board. They have a lot of the good brokers on there. Trucker Tools, you don't have to pay for their load board. So there's a lot of loads that you can get out there that you don't have to pay for the load board. But it's up to you. You know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You want to pay $180 for the load board? Obviously, you see some value in it, right? I pay for extra for the heat map. What's the heat map? Trey, they got a heat map. Shut up. What's the heat map? It shows where the hot markets are. I can tell you where the hot markets are. The hot markets is in Chicago. Oh, Lord, they be getting over. The hot markets are in Chicago, Indiana, Ohio. Call me. I'll tell you where the hot markets are. Trey said you pay extra for the heat map. The heat map. That need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Shut up. The heat map tell you where the hot lows at. You pulling my leg. I know damn well they ain't charging for no heat map. That's funny to me. But that's okay. Get your money, Dad. I'm not mad at you. I am not mad. Big Pippin. Dad don't even own trucks. That little boy don't even got brokerages. That low, you gotta come up with some kind of way to make money. Dad said we gonna charge y'all for the heat map. What's the heat map? The heat map is where the hot lows are. Shut your mouth. Shut up. I heard it all. Trey, you done took me out, child. You done took me out. Talk about the heat map. Shut up. I know that. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. I done heard it all. The heat map. Oh, they getting over. If you like it, I love it, child. If you like it, I love it, honey. It's just funny to me. Child, the folks say the heat map, the heat map, the heat map. It ain't that hard. It ain't that serious. Child, it is not that serious. You hear me? It is not that serious. It's Trey, stop lying. They ain't got no hot heat map. I'm sitting up there talking about the heat map. What's the heat map? Oh, that's where the hot lows at, Tara. That's where the hot lows at. I'm coming out with a cold. No, Trucker 202. The cold map is free. The cold map is free. Shut up. Dad, you need to stop. Oh, we got you back. Y'all got me laughing. Oh, Lord Jesus. That's why I stay in my lane and I mind my business. You hear me? Mind your business, Tamara. Mind your business. Mind your business. Don't you worry about it. Let that do their thing. That'll do their thing. Mind your business. Lord have mercy. I done heard it all. Y'all done made me laugh so hard. Child, y'all done made me laugh. I'm cracking up. Oh, Jesus. Other than that, guys, I gotta go. Oh, I don't have my laugh for the day. I gotta go. Alright, let me go get my nails done. Let me go over here to Burlington. I gotta pick up my load for 3 o'clock. I'm headed home to drop this load, and then we're gonna regroup. And I'm gonna take a 34-hour reset and see what we got going on next week. How about that? Other than that, guys, I love you. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. You all have a wonderful and blessed day. Trey, you have made my day. You hear me? I'm finna tell somebody else that you have made my day. Lord have mercy. Y'all have me rolling laughing. $25 for the combined load board, $180 for the dad load board, An extra $30 for the heat map. We struggling out here. We can't afford no heat map. I gotta go. Peace, love, joy, happiness. You all have a wonderful and blessed day. I will talk to you all later. Bye.